Oh, this is still frozen solid up here. Hello my friends. I had a torrid ride into town. Had some chores, some errands to run. And some of the lanes out my way are still completely frozen. Don't be fooled by the sunshine. So it seemed like a good idea to make this video. First of all, I'm going to tell you about probably my worst experience riding through winter, which goes back about 28 years. And then I'm going to tell you how I managed to enjoy riding through the winter now rather than endure. And perhaps at the end of the video, if you've got any tips of your own for keeping warm, do feel free to stick them in the comments. So, the story. About 28 years ago, I rode to St Ives from Launceston here on Christmas Day, which is about 70 miles each way, and it was in sub-zero temperatures. Now, I didn't have any particularly good winter gear back then. I never managed to find a decent pair of riding gloves for the winter. So there was a couple of stops along the way to sort of warm my hands on the heat off the engine. And then I decided I was going to get the rest of the way in one hit, but I got as far as Hale. Hale is only a few miles from St Ives. I was almost there, and I was in so much pain. I couldn't use the controls of the bike, the clutch, the brake, the throttle, and not only that, my vision started to go dark. I don't know if that was through the level of pain I was in, or whether it was, is that a symptom of hypothermia? I don't know. And then of course I thawed out down at St Ives, had a Christmas dinner, and then I had to ride home again, which was equally as painful. Now that was quite a contrast to yesterday. Yesterday, I think overnight it had been down to about -4, -5 degrees. It hadn't warmed up a great deal during the day. It was perhaps 2 or 3 degrees Celsius this is. And I rode up to Oakhampton to meet up with a really nice guy at Oakhampton station, where we had a coffee and a piece of cake. And we left there, and I had to ride back sort of over Sawton, which is on Dartmoor really, and I ran into a bit of a blizzard. And I tell you what, it was quite a surreal experience riding through a blizzard in those temperatures and being toasty warm. So I'll tell you how I managed to still enjoy riding through the winter. And first and foremost, oh, this is frozen. First and foremost is your hands. Oh, I don't know if you can see this ice. It's quite concerning actually. Yeah. Keep your hands warm. I'm using heated gloves. Heated grips are okay, but I find the backs of your hands are still in the wind and it doesn't quite cut it. Oh, this is still frozen solid up here. Now I'm using RST Paragon Thermatech gloves. I'm not going to tell you what to use, but I would say don't skimp. These were about £160, so it's not cheap, but no grip. Once you've tried them, I don't think you would ever go back. The batteries in these last for 2.5 to 3 hours. I have just ordered a spare pair of batteries. Now I suppose we work from the bottom up. My feet and my legs never really seem to suffer terribly from the cold, but I've just got a thin pair of socks under a thick pair of socks and my regular motorbike boots. For my legs I've got thermal trousers under my bike jeans, and over that I've got some quilt lined, sorry I'm trying to concentrate here, it is frozen solid, skating rink. Yeah, quilt lined waterproofs, and the waterproofs keep the wind out, and I think keeping the wind out is half the battle actually. On my top half I've got a long sleeve thermal shirt. Over that I've got my Kai's heated jacket, and over that this bike jacket. That's it. The Kai's heated jacket runs off the bike's electrics. I've never had to use it on a high setting. Medium's the most I've ever needed. Now I'm not saying that to ride through the winter you need a heated jacket, of course you don't. You can just layer up under your motorcycle jacket, and I would suggest over that wearing a waterproof again to keep the wind out. And then the only thing I would advise, and I haven't actually got one myself, but a decent wind stopper, some sort of neck tube. I'm just wearing a buff because I'm hard. No, I'm not. In fact, I'm a real big wussy when it comes to the cold. So yeah, if I can be comfortable riding through the winter, anyone can. It does just take a bit of investing. So there you go, that's how I stay warm. Let me know your thoughts and your tips in the comments. Of course the safest thing to do in sub-zero conditions is stay at home, or at least don't ride a motorcycle. Motorcycle is my only form of transport, so I have little choice when I have chores and errands that I can't be put off. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care. Ciao for now. Bye bye.
We'll ride the roads together, just you and me. By the magic of a YouTube, the Saddlebags set me free.